Good morning and welcome to Flannel Hill Farm. Before we get started, you've climbed all the way up the hill. You might as well like, share, subscribe. Hit that little bell notification button thing down there. I'll wait. Okay. Let's look at this. So we cut some more insulation boards yesterday. We've kind of been trying to figure out, based on what we're able to do / heat. Are we working inside the house? Because actually inside the house is cooler than it is out here. There's not much insulation on the walls or anything, but it is actually kind of a little cooler. So I set this ladder up to see if that would help us with some of the trim. I gotta drill out some more holes before we can put any more up there. It would just be easier if there was a hole pre-drilled so that I could get the screw to sit and drill it in. I fed the chickens already this morning. It's hot again. It did rain last night though, so I think it's a little better heat-wise, but it's quite muggy, so. And there's still some cloudage happening. We could get some storms again tonight, but today, I guess. Gonna have to move the fence again, but if the fence isn't working, I don't really care to move it. Just take it down, let Big K figure it out. The chickens, I don't know, I see them every day, but I think they're getting bigger. Well, it's hard to tell because I see them every day. But they're really liking that fermented feed. Fermented feed adds quite a bit of nutrition into their food, adds probiotics and all that good stuff for them. So yeah, I think they're doing good. They appear to be liking it, loving life. Maybe put Big K on figuring out the fence, because I think now they're getting big enough where they won't be able to fit through the little holes. But I'm to the point now where I just let them free range. I'm so tired of trying to deal with fencing and the chickshaw and free range. If you're not gonna go in at night, I guess you're taking your chances. But I should probably take a day to relax and change my attitude. I don't know. So we have food, chicken food fermenting here. So that was covered in water and it has now soaked and is soaking. So tomorrow morning that will be ready to go for them. I took down all of the chicken crates / dog crates that we were using as brooders. Those are almost ready. I gotta wash out the bottoms. We have some volunteer stuff working. Try to plant some more, but how dry it is. So we had some pretty good water pressure for being out in the boonies. And then all of a sudden, one of our neighbors, I don't know if this correlates at all, but we had pretty good water pressure. You know, it was kind of light, but it was okay. And then one of our neighbors came over and asked if they could use some plumbing cement or putty or something, because they had a leak that they had had for a while, and their dogs finally dug it up and they found it. So they were going to use the plumbing stuff. KK, Benoit! They were going to use the plumbing stuff to fix it. Well, when they did that, our water pressure like exploded, and it ruined a lot of stuff. Like, it blew a leak in the shower, like at one of the connections in the shower in the RV. It blew the faucet for the sink, the kitchen sink in the RV, blew the entire faucet like off the thing. Big K was here by himself. I don't know. He said he was just sitting there doing his thing, and all of a sudden the entire like faucet with the handle just like exploded off the thing. Hey, dogs! Come here! Those two things happened. Then we had this leak in the water heater. My hoses, my soaker hoses, it like blew little holes all over them. Like a soaker hose is like a porous material so that water can like leak out of it. Well, this blew holes in it so that you have like little streams of water coming out. So I don't know if there was a leak in the line, and so the water company kept raising the pressure, and then once they fixed it, then there was all this, now there's all that pressure and it's a full line. I don't know. But now we have a water pressure regulator right at the hydrant. I told Big K, I said, we need a regulator. Like, this is dumb. So he was gonna put the regulator on the RV, and I said, no, you need to put it at the hydrant, because this is ruining hoses down the line. This is ruining, off of that chute. So I can go show you that. But so I don't really have a soaker hose anymore, and you don't want to put, especially now with how warm it is, how easy it is for everything to survive, fungus and bacteria and pest-wise. I don't really want to water it with a sprinkler, because then the leaves will get wet and it'll be a breeding ground for blight and stuff. Bentley! This dog. Get over here! I really should just attach him to my hip with a 6-foot leash. But he's bred for his nose. Hi. You need to stick around. You know where your yard is. You're not stupid. Okay? You know where your yard is. Stick around. So, I don't really have a soaker hose, and I don't really want to attract pests and fungus and stuff. So, just kind of trying to figure out my best options and figure out if this regulator is actually going to work. Because if the regulator is not going to work, then it doesn't really matter. Water heater works though. That thing's sweet. What we think happened was the water heater had a rust spot and that water pressure just blew right through it. So this right here is the regulator. So this is pumping like super high pressure water now. This is regulating that water pressure, and then it's coming out through here. But it's regulating all the water coming out of here, not just here. Because he was gonna put it here just for the RV, but when that water pressure is ruining hoses too, it needs to be to all of them. So that's what I know. This is ridiculous. It's warm. Very, it's a lot more like the sun is more intense. I guess we're closer to the equator. Makes sense. But we got a bunch of cedar that needs to be fixed. We got a bunch of cedar for the house. We're doing like the walls and the ceiling cedar. So got a bunch of that. That's cool. Smells wonderful over here. Smell them. So gonna have to get Big K over here to get that water out from the middle of that tarp. It's just leaking on there. That's no good. So that's what I know. We are maybe gonna get something done. We got plenty of things to do, whether it be here on the farm or if it's too hot. Going out, doing some meat market research, and doing some other stuff. So it's not like we have a lack of things to do in different capacities. So I don't know what the plan is going to be. There's a breeze. As long as the breeze, you're in the shade and the breeze is on you, it's not that bad. But in the sun, it is a little brutal. I'll give them that. On your way back down the hill, if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell notification button thing down there. If you only do one thing, just subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000. We have 256, 7. Subscribe. Get us up to 1,000. That would be good. I would appreciate that. Hopefully there will be more exciting things coming. Hopefully this heat will break and things can get moving forward. I really do appreciate y'all.